just feel like if it was anyone else that made a band that sounded like that, it would just be Catatonic Youths.
Yeah, and that's later typos. So that's when they got even more like low budget.
Yeah. This one.
Oh, there's our guest.
Here's our guest. What is that? Cannolis? Thank you.
Here's a box of cannolis.
Oh, you're not recording anymore. Okay.
No, we are.
You're recording video, not.
I'm
you're
recording
audio.
everything.
All right.
I'm recording everything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, live in the studio.
The Guzman Windows PM Pod. The Guzman Windows PM Pod. The Guzman Windows PM Pod. The Guzman Windows. Guzman Windows PM Pod.
Hello.
This has to be the way that it's gonna
Yes,
be. Yeah.
live in the studio, we have Mr. Terry Orlando. Thank you for joining
everybody.
Crawling his way through our setup.
us. Yeah,
It's the only
just took
way
a
I
shit
could
with
get
a
in
rat.
Took a
I was a little
climbed in
worried
your-
that a rat might come in while I was shitting.
Yeah,
something gonna grab you through the toilet seat. You know.
Yeah, that I
Okay.
was more excited than worried about.
Yeah. Fair enough, dude.
that's good.
It's quite a glory hole if you think about it.
Well,
Spooky.
we just played an awesome show.
We did play an awesome
It
show.
was great.
Like I said before, I could only imagine being a band on tour and coming to Long Island and being like, dude, Long Island's so dope. This show's gonna be so awesome, and it's just like,
All
Yeah.
the lore of like the greatest scene in the fucking country.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's a band just blasting fart noises.
Yeah.
Through a room of
I'm
like
wearing
20 people.
I'm wearing half a KFC uniform. We're covering Frank Zappa. You're literally playing keyboards on a fucking like rolling cart.
yeah.
You're just like having a conversation with the other band who's like the whole crowd.
yeah, yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
but
god,
but that's I'm carrying the spirit of penis music with me because
Right.
that's the thing is that there's a thing in hardcore that like when people become like 23, 24, they start trying to do other music, and most of the time unintentionally they make penis music. I love penis music, and I've always loved penis music, and I'm just trying to embody that spirit because of the fact that I've always been a penisy guy, you know.
Yeah. John the movie, I think, has enough butt rock where you could probably classify it as Gooch Rock.
Yeah, it's somewhere in
Because
between
it's somewhere
penis
in
and
between
butt.
penis music and butt rock.
You can talk closer.
Closer?
Yeah.
Is this better?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right.
firmly grasp it.
Firm grip?
Yeah, look
Is
at
this
that.
good?
That's nice. I
yeah,
like that.
now you're
So,
horny.
Garage
Yeah.
prog is what I call it, but I will also call it Gooch Rock because it's somewhere between penis and butt.
Yeah,
I think
BAC
Garage
music.
prog is pretty much Gooch Rock.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because you can kind of go wherever you want. There's
well,
that-
I've said this to you before, and I don't think you believe me still.
what?
But there is a lot of John the movie that to me sounds like Ween, and
Yeah.
like there are like some Ween like deeper cuts that sound a lot like John the movie.
Well, do you know what it is? Is that like I like so many bands that are adjacent to Ween, but I've
Yeah.
never like when we do the Ween deep dive, I'm saving that for when I really get into Ween. Like I like the hits, but like
can't wait.
you
for
know,
that.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
But no, like I
my favorite band
Yeah.
of all time.
I don't know much about Ween. I think they were in It's Pat or It's Pat 2, maybe. They were in one of those movies, and that's pretty much the extent of my exposure to Ween.
Like they were.
Yeah, weren't they? Isn't there
I know
one?
they're
In one of those movies, there's a Ween concert. I believe the guys, they go in the Ween van. I might be
really.
fabricating.
Well, I know there's that. What's that movie about? Like the dude in college with the VHS tape, and he like mails it to his girlfriend.
What's
it called?
Road Trip.
There's a chocolate.
Ring.
There's a chocolate and cheese poster on the wall. Yeah, The Ring. Nice. In that movie, there's a chocolate and
Yeah.
cheese poster on the wall for like most of the movie. So
Can I get a fact check on this Ween and It's Pat thing?
yeah, Mr. Producer Reinecker,
Yeah, dude,
you're on the clock. Is what you're on.
Yeah, you better
Yeah.
find a charger.
Figure it out.
Yeah. You guys
All
know
right,
what
well-
It's Pat is?
No, I was gonna. Is it like an acronym?
It's a Saturday Night Live movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty controversial in 2022. I'd probably have to assume.
Yeah,
Hilarious as fuck though.
Well, what year? What year Saturday Night Live is it?
I don't know. I think it's from the 90s.
So it's definitely controversial.
Yeah,
do
it's
Saturday
pretty
Night
bad.
Live movies still happen? Like, do they still make Saturday
think
Night
so.
Live movies?
I don't think so either.
I
don't
can't tell
think
you
they
a
did
single
too
Saturday
great.
Night Live person right now.
Saturday Night Live, what used to be like the pinnacle of like good comedy and like character comedy.
But
and shit,
for a
and
while, it was really bad.
well,
though.
now it still sucks. It's fucking jokes for journalist majors.
Yeah.
it sucks.
Like,
You know,
I don't know.
like I was just watching fucking Jim Carrey and the Juice Weasel. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but it's
Never
the
seen
funniest
that.
fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't even think Pete Davidson is funny.
No, he's not at all.
I've watched his stand up. I didn't
Yeah.
laugh.
He's like,
Yeah, I
I'm,
thought so.
I'm gonna piss off
That's-
your dad,
that's
and
all I
I'm
know about
pale.
me.
Whatever. You guys ever hear of a tattoo? It's me, Pete Davidson. yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. PM PD. I was gonna say Pete Davidson
No.
podcast.
All right.
But anyway,
Moving on.
yeah, let's get into the fucking meat potatoes.
So
of this
yeah,
fucking
we just
shit.
played an awesome show.
Played an awesome
It
show,
rocked.
Massapequa VFW. Big shout out to Golden Hour Booking, whose space we've hijacked.
Yeah, we're in the
To do
interloper
twice
room.
now.
They don't know that we're doing this. They have zero idea, no clue this is
Yeah,
happening.
thank you for everything you've done for us.
Thank you, and
today.
we're sorry.
Yeah,
we're
thanks to
sorry.
the band. We took all of your mic stands and XLRs.
Yeah.
And will not be returning them.
So I guess the show that we just played was a screamo show.
Was
Yeah,
it?
Pretty
well,
much.
Like
the
the whole
singer
thing?
of the first band self-identified as Scrams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scrams. Which like,
Ennui is pretty true to form Scrams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Scrams or Screamo, is that penis music? Do you think so?
No, but there
I don't think
is-
so.
There is
I
like
think it's fairly androgynous music.
we've talked about what the fuck is the I forget every time. What's the band, Mick? What's the band of the guy that's like, you ripped my
La
heart
Dispute.
out? La Dispute.
Yeah. I
That
think you
guy.
saw on my sleep, darling. That's
Yeah,
penis.
that's penis. Yeah,
I think
Is
a lot
that
of
penis shit?
that's penis.
I
shit, yeah.
think also Screamo tends to have a lot of like penis theatrics of like just like
Dads.
totally
Okay,
losing your
Dads
mind.
is a penis band.
Yeah.
Dads is a penis screamo band.
Yeah. Are
I
they-
never heard dads.
You never listen to Dads?
It sounds
No.
exactly like what you'd think it would sound.
Yeah.
Like.
It takes, but also like tiny moving parts. We've talked about this.
Yeah. We're going into
We're
different-
backtracking.
we're
Oh
going
God.
Oh fuck! That just fuck everything up.
Yeah.
We're going in a different realm of penis. I guess that's a recap.
So
but
can
we're
I
going
get
into
a little bit of what qualifies
All
on,
right.
on the Penis Music podcast? I need the background, the rundown. What qualifies a band as penisy?
You're about
Because
to
I
get-
think that maybe I had something else in mind.
We're gonna give you penis theory right now. Penis 101.
Lay it on me, brother.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go?
Sure. So, when a band has an element of, I guess you could say, like uniqueness to the point where it's like punishing, where it's like so unapologetically itself, and it uses and like through the lens of world music and maybe using instruments that you don't really know how to play that well.
Slap bass.
Slap bass could be, some examples. Pretty much every Beatles record.
So is like everything penis music?
No.
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 Anything that follows self-expression to like a detriment.
Is all real rock and roll penis music?
Yes.
Okay.
Real rock and roll.
Yeah,
like
real rock
anything
and
that's
roll.
like
Real
really
rock and
embodying this
roll.
revolutionary spirit of we're gonna change the way you think about shit tonight because of what you're gonna
So,
see us do and hear us do.
Zappa's
Yeah.
the
Anything
Godfather.
that does that is penis music.
Zappa's
which
the
is pretty much
Godfather.
all good ass rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that, you have like all of the prog rock bands of the 70s, pretty much all
Right.
of
Where
them.
they had
Sure.
flutes and organs and whistling and
Yeah,
yodeling.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Butterfly
like
and UFO
Focus.
and shit.
Focus, Hocus Pocus.
Mm,
That's a penis anthem. you
Yes.
know?
That's
No, 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 no,
definitely
no,
some
yeah, yeah.
penis music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Craziest
he's
video
getting
ever.
jerked
But
off.
then there's another there's penis in punk in that like, and a prime example is like towards like Discord Records at the tail end of the 80s with bands like Shudder to Think and Beefeater, where they played their instrument enough that they got pretty good at it, but conceptually they still didn't really like know what they were doing. So most of the shit they did was unlistenable, but it's still pretty cool because they just like it's still like the hardcore and punk thing. Like every hardcore band, like original hardcore band's like third or fourth record could probably be like penis music. Penis music, yeah.
Yeah,
like
for
Uniform
sure.
Choice, you know. Like,
So when a band starts to experiment,
yes.
when it starts to get
Well, because
prog,
experiments could, be fruitful in many ways. An
Yeah.
experiment can be like really bad, or it could be not really that boundary pushing, but it's just like experimental for that band, or it's just really something fucking weird. So like you think of like Captain Beefheart,
Yeah.
where like that's just like genuine, like what the fuck,
yeah,
Or
can't
like
stand it.
Lou Reed Metal Machine music wouldn't necessarily be like penisy in its own, but like the concept coming from a dude like Lou Reed and then like pulling it off.
I think Lou Reed's a pretty penisy guy.
he is a
of
very
course.
penisy guy.
Like a lot
Everything
of his
he
songs
does
are
is-
about his penis.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is like Metal Machine music itself, like the concept isn't necessarily like super penisy, but the fact that it's coming from Lou Reed,
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw him once when I was pretty young, and I definitely felt it in my penis.
And that's going back to Metallica. We were
Yeah.
talking about, Lulu. Like,
Now, like I said, I think Load and Reload are them trying to be penisy. Saint Anger is a penisy record in itself
yeah,
because it's pretty like failed execution, but pretty good.
I like that.
I
record.
like we've talked about it. It's
Saint Anger sounds like if Nickelback was a metalcore band.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, do you know what it is? I guess
Well, they just put out like that like teaser. Did you see
yeah,
that?
there's like
Didn't
they're like a
know.
gent band, like a deathcore band.
Nickelback
there.
put out like a teaser for
That's
like one of their
sick.
new tracks. It's like dun, 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 dun,
Fuck
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun.
But Lulu
You
is
know.
where like Metallica really truly
They can do
achieved,
no wrong.
Like
Yeah.
penis dumb is Lulu, and it's unlistenable. And I don't even act like that's part of their discography. To
Yeah.
be honest, like that's the dark side of penis.
yeah,
The dark side of the balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the underside, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys said something before that I also wanted to comment on. But what was it right
What?
before I was talking about Lulu? You guys were talking about
I don't remember.
fuck.
just like experimentation.
Experimenting.
like Genesis is
Being
mostly penis
progressive.
music.
And then
when
again,
a band
it-
starts to dip their toes in the progressive waters, this is when they've taken their penis out.
Yeah.
It goes
is
back
what-
to like George Harrison going to India and
Right.
then using a sitar for a Beatles track. Like,
Yeah.
did that need to happen? I
No-
don't know.
Nothing needs to happen, but
Okay.
you know
Now
what
we're
I mean?
getting super meta.
it doesn't need to happen. None of it.
Terry's on the pod.
Starting a band doesn't need to happen. No one needs to fucking play music. He needed to do it apparently because
Yeah.
he fucking did it.
It's there.
Norwegian Wood,
Yeah.
one of the best Beatles songs.
I have a hard time finding like my favorite Beatles song. I like a lot of it. Like was it 9? What's it, number 9? Whatever. Was it what the fuck is the name of that song?
Which one?
Number 9.
Number 9?
Isn't that on the White Album?
I don't know. There's a million songs.
Yeah.
on
Is
the
it
White Album.
Revolution number 9? Is that what it's called?
Maybe.
That's a penis ass song.
producer.
Producer, let's hear it.
Oh, come on now.
All right. Do I got to do
Beatles
it?
number
Jesus.
is number 9.
Is
a
it
Beatles
Revolution
song?
number 9? Am I getting that right? Is that the name of the
Just
song?
look up Beatles number 9.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, penis music. Yellow Submarine, penis music.
Definitely.
Octopus is Guarded, 100% penis music. Is what the
I think
fuck that is.
the only non-penis. Okay, I don't even know if I could say that.
What is it? Okay, Revolution 9.
I was gonna say the only non-penisy Beatles songs are the Paul McCartney ones, but I don't even know if I can say that.
No,
Yeah.
because Paul McCartney, like all Paul McCartney's music is penis. He's a penisy dude.
Yeah, I mean,
secret penis.
But like
it's more low key though. It's not
but
as in your face.
Here's the way he does it is because as you go through the album, he's like got 20 different fucking voices. Like any given Paul McCartney album, he's
Yeah.
like got 20 different voices he does. It sounds like 10 different fucking bands.
Yeah.
It's like the dude's all over the place. It still is pretty cohesive because
Yeah.
he's brilliant, but it's like he's going from like genre to genre. There'll be like a funk song into like a disco song into like a fucking like 1 minute long like Billy Joel style piano song
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean?
He's got to do it. But actually,
Yeah.
you know, and I say subtle.
He's all penis.
He's a subtle penis because when you stack him up, like I guess post Beatles up against fucking John Lennon and Yoko. That's like that's penis fucking.
That's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like the shit I don't want to even.
Yeah. But that's like purified penis. It's just
Yeah.
pure self-expression. All that shit. It's for the sake of the art, kind of stuff. Like that's like anybody that's really not trying to please anybody and is just doing whatever they feel they have to do.
I will totally fucking say that, and I'll say I think that shit is all about like that fucking John and Yoko shit. It's all like what people think. It's all like being fake as fuck.
Yeah,
I
can
think
see
it's
that, too.
all like straight up like they're in the fucking public eye and they're making a scene and they're creating an image for themselves and it's totally
Getting naked on
insincere
the album cover.
and it's fucking whack.
But you know what it is too though? I feel like at that point, like we weren't self-aware enough as like a society where like I think even as not genuine as it was, they believed that that's what they were because they were just so like fried and just like
yeah,
totally.
totally.
Like I feel like I definitely agree with you, but I feel like the same could be said for a
Like
lot
they
of
thought they
penis
were
music.
being pretty sincere and self-expressive.
Yeah, they thought
but,
they were
like,
dope as shit.
Right.
Yeah.
like, but at the same time, it's like
Their egos were like so fucking just like filled to the brim
Yeah.
with like toxic sludge that like
yeah.
there was any form of self-expression was gonna be like like you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
I feel like we could do a whole episode on the Beatles and
We could,
the
and we will.
spectrum of their penis.
We've talked about them
is-
so much. Well, another thing that I've said before is that concept albums are like a shoe-in.
yeah.
And people cite like Sgt. Pepper's as being the first like concept album, but really they were ripping off Frank Zappa, like that
Right.
whole thing. But like in terms of like concept records, like you think of concept records and it's like, you think of
Well, what about like an opera? That's not like a concept album. Like, don't concept albums kind of go a lot further back in
that's like
history than
theater
that?
though.
Yeah.
But isn't that what a concept album is?
I think
like,
there's
think about
theatrics
like
to it, yeah.
Tommy.
Well, that's the example
You know what
I
I
was
mean?
gonna bring up.
Like
Tommy
Tommy's-
is
yeah.
complete penis music. Like just sonically one, and then the concept itself
Right.
is so penisy. It's
Right.
a deaf, dumb,
Or
and
like,
blind kid
let's
playing pinball.
do a
really
more
good.
modern one, like the Black Parade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Concept album. It's theater,
American Idiot.
dude. American
Well,
Idiot.
I won't say that American Idiot
Straight
is
up.
penis music, but I was actually gonna bring up because I was going through a My Chemical Romance deep dive, just because of like the shows that they were playing. I'm like, I honestly I toy with it because I'm like they actually
You're not
were
okay.
a good band, like they're like
Yeah,
but,
I like
but
'em.
they were associated with so much stuff that I didn't like, but they are definitely kind of penis music.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty much penis
influenced by
music.
Queen, which is 100%
Right.
penis music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerard Way's definitely a penisy guy.
Yeah, for sure. Because he's big on like glam, and glam is pretty penisy.
Yeah.
In a different kind of way,
I mean,
Different kind of dick.
Yeah,
Right.
different kind of Like
And
you're
even-
you're showing how big your penis is.
Yeah.
In glam,
Even
Yeah, those
Green Day,
tight
like,
spandex pants.
Green Day's got like the fucking songs about like jerking off and
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's horny as hell, man.
yeah.
All that shit. He's always being horny. He's
Yeah.
talking about whores and masturbating and
Whereas like Blink-182 is like they just like aren't subtle enough about it for it to. It's like you like
prepubescent penis music.
Yeah.
right. Like it's not. I can't. I don't know if I could wholeheartedly call Blink-182 penis music because it's just like trying to be so like. I don't know. It's just reaching too much.
I think that aesthetically at the beginning when they were just saying like I fucked your mom on the mic
Yeah.
and stuff like that was just so unapologetically like
That's just like bro dude.
It's like poop
SoCal
music.
shit.
But
Yeah, that's not.
It's poop and
I will say,
boogers.
late Travis Barker, like self-titled in like basically like 2000s Blink-182 playing like the most insane drums you possibly could over
Yeah.
just like pop punk songs. That's a pretty penisy.
Oh,
element.
Angels and Airwaves.
Yeah, that's
that's
Tom
that's
DeLonge trying to
penis
make
music.
penis music.
Yeah.
He's a
Was
penis.
like the emo pop punk like major boom of like the early 2000s, the like final heyday for penis music in the mainstream.
No.
Was that like the last time it really hit the top?
No,
No.
but I will say that
Where's it been?
there's been a lot of stuff that's spawned out of that. Like I was saying,
dude?
like,
Right now, fucking like Idols.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
is that
penis
penis music?
Yeah.
Totally.
Not familiar enough, really. I've seen a little bit of live videos.
Death Grips.
Oh, would we call this penis?
music? Yeah.
Death Grips gets penisy.
Yeah.
They get pretty penisy. They had a penis on one of their album covers.
Oh, there you go.
But I was gonna say even just that boom.
Enough for me.
Zach Hill's penis.
Yeah. That boom that you're talking about spawned things also like Fall of Troy, which is complete penis music.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I meant more so is like, all right, so look at like talking about like the Beatles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're talking about like glam and shit, in like the late 70s and 80s is like some of the biggest music
Steel
out there.
Panther.
yeah.
Well, and then and then where is it in the 90s really? Where's penis music?
Primus.
We got
like-
Ween and Primus. Right, so it's massive still.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still it's ruling the
So
world.
you're
So
saying
what I'm saying is, was that huge? All those bands being that huge, was that the last time that penis music ruled the world?
I
Is it time for the tides to change?
no, I will say that I think Lady Gaga has.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. Lady Gaga's penis music. You are
she
correct.
is definitely making. I love it. I love fucking Lady Gaga, but she
No,
dresses
you-
in a
you're
fucking
right.
meat suit.
And I
it's like-
think that we could call Kanye penis music.
Yeah, oh
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh 100%.
Scoop
Yeah.
diddy whoop.
No, you're right. And Beyonce, you're right. It's
Yeah,
it still
Beyonce.
rules. Yeah, dude.
For what?
She's
Oh,
fucking.
the 7-Eleven song.
She's
what's
brave.
Mick. Now Mick has to fact check. What's
Yeah.
the 7-Eleven song that Beyonce has? You know it.
She's bold and fearsome, like a penis,
Yeah,
You don't know?
some penises, not all.
like a good penis.
Yeah, it's called 7-Eleven.
Is would you say like Billie Eilish? I feel like Billie Eilish is a penis
Nah.
attempt. It's too contrived.
Nah.
Yeah, so it's not penis. music.
Nah, she's just like a pop star.
21 Pilots, I
Right.
feel like is like as penisy as that realm gets, like Tumblr music and like front bottoms is penis music too.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's
Dude, we
pretty
just
small.
talked about like
Not
scram,
familiar.
like tiny moving parts.
Oh
and
yeah, we did
shit
talk
like
about that.
And I see what you mean in terms of it being like the zeitgeist.
Yeah. Just
You
like
know?
kind of like holding the throne. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Because it's really sounds like when
when
you go
Korn
when you go
was
back
the biggest band
Dude,
on earth.
yeah.
Come on.
Like Woodstock
You know what I'm
'99,
saying?
like Bizarre Fest.
That's
Limp
literally
Bizkit.
penis fest.
Yeah, it's like Penis Fest. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
It was in Rome, New York. Come on.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah,
it get more
exactly.
penisy than that?
like in the '90s was Faith No More. Anything Mike Patton is pretty penisy. Mr. Bungle is like that's like pretty streamlined penis music.
Yeah.
So I think. Do you have a good idea now? That's the thing is. There's
Oh, I
so
think
many,
I got it. I
There's
think
so many
that
different facets and
I mean,
compartments of it.
At this point, we're just exploring the philosophy
That's
of
what the
penis
pod
music.
is
I don't
all
know
about.
if I
That's
will
it.
ever fully grasp it. I
The
think this is
pod
a
is
lifelong
a study.
Yeah.
exploration
It's a conversation.
of a concept.
It's
you
a
know what I mean?
lecture.
The pod is
Yeah.
us trying to unravel this thing that
It's
we
yeah.
that we've dedicated our lives to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
literally.
I wasn't always too okay with penis music. I was pretty much like fucking straight up punk rock or nothing.
But
for a
sometimes that, like-
large part of my youth.
A lot of krautrock and like a lot of fucking like crusty punk. You know, like
It can be penisy for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, like a band like Nausea, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or like Crass, like because a lot of them are going so hard with their fucking political
yeah,
views, which can be penisy, or like the
and even
you
ska.
know, the forbidden Gigi Allen, like we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
talking about. You know, that's
even a lot of
fucking-
ska gets there.
You know, that's a good point. I think
dude,
that
Leftover
was
Crack?
the
Leftover
penis
Crack.
music that was like the thing that was getting in, because you know what you can kind of tie between them all is melodicism. So like a hardcore band's third album, that's usually when they're gonna start getting more melodic,
Yeah.
or like just more musical and shit. So like ska, yeah, it's very
Musical and
Yeah.
shit.
Choking Victim, definitely penis music.
Yeah,
Leftover Crack,
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
penis music.
or like, you know, a band I loved when I was pretty little was the Streetlight Manifesto.
Yeah,
That's penis.
That's penis. and shit.
That's dude, and it's so penis because it's a dude. who-
Everybody's doing the fish.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
love
yeah.
Real Big Fish. I
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
put on a Real Big Fish shirt today. I swear to God.
Dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's penis music. That was
Yeah.
definitely like my first. I let it in. That was the
Yeah.
way it got in to me.
I've always been like such a penis since like pretty much since I found Dream Theater and like Rush and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very much just like always going down the rabbit hole, like Jawbox, penis music. Anything J Robbins is penis music. You know, and I was just so into all that stuff. I mean, Melvin's.
Yeah.
Would you say hum is penis music? I feel like hum is not offensive enough to be penis music.
No.
Rest in peace, Brian St. Pierre.
Well, I feel like this is maybe a good transitional point.
Yes, I think so too.
Because I believe in my heart of hearts that anything Peter Steele does is penis music.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So
He's
I'm
like the penis. He's like just a big penis.
he has a huge penis. You ever
No, he
seen that
is.
shit?
It's just like his existence. He was like emanating cock at all
Well,
times.
do you know what it is? Is that he is so large and scary that he could do whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah, no
like
one's gonna
6'7".
shit.
You know, he could
Yeah.
say whatever he wants. I mean, Carnivore has a song called "Suck My Dick," and he screams, "I'm gonna come" right before the fucking first step. You know, kicks in.
Yeah.
I mean, Typo Negative. I will agree that it's penisy because of the fact that it is so self-aware and like we know that we're just being fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
And it's like he says it all the time, like we're about as deep as a puddle. It sounds like it should be like a lot deeper than it is. So
Lyrically,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, is everything dies in that beginning part? It sounds like he's saying some crazy like Transylvanian shit. He's just screaming, "I like vitamins." You know? Like there's an element of self-awareness.
So this
you know?
is, I think, another trope of penis music is it's when the band starts playing pranks on the listener.
Yeah, and Typo Negative, like their entire discography is all pranks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's not just the listener; it's on the whole like current cultural zeitgeist. Like,
Yeah.
it's when a band is like realizing like, oh, people are listening to us. Let's fucking fuck with this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Let's do some weird, fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
which do you know, which reminds me, just to do a quick digression, that kind of I guess makes brand new. I don't know if you want to bleep that out. Penis music. When they played the Paramount, they played Long Island.
Well, they are.
They are, and especially their later records are them trying to make penis music because they're just trying to rip off
Modest Mouse.
Modest Mouse, and I guess like Neutral Milk Hotel and shit.
Yeah. Well, that was like I feel like there was a point in the mid 2000s where like everyone was ripping Neutral Milk.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like, you know,
That's true.
Anybody that owned canvas shoes and a carabiner was ripping off Neutral Milk
yeah.
Hotel. You know, but they played the Paramount. They sold it out like 4 nights in a row and just didn't play like any of the Long Island tracks that people wanted to hear. They just played like all devil and godly to a point where
Yeah.
people just like walked out. I'm like, that's awesome. That's a
Yeah.
prank. That's
penis.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
penis.
But they also their penis with their showmanship too, you know? Like
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
definitely a period when they were like fucking massive and fucking you see them on stage, they're doing all the like fucking crazy throwing their guitars around and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And they're playing like emo.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
That's penis.
Well, do you know, it's like that. I feel like that was a big thing in the early 2000s was like stage presence, like story
Yes.
of the year. Where
Definitely.
they were like doing like spin kicks with and like
right,
swinging
guitar
their shit around.
spins. Yeah.
Like, that's a penis. I mean, Dillinger Escape Plan is all around just a penisy band.
Or like what about the Chariot?
oh yeah.
Dude,
Anytime the guitar comes up, here,
God's
you're-
penis.
Yeah,
That's Christ penis.
penis.
Yeah.
68 is even more penisy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, just two guys.
Two
He like
guys.
stands on the fucking kick drum. What does he have? Like a Britney Spears mic?
Yeah, we
Or
should
some
we should
shit.
actually add that to criteria. Two piece band, automatic penis music.
okay.
So Soda Bomb,
Hella.
initially
Two
was
piece
penis
is a
music.
eunuch.
Yeah. What are some other like Jeff the Brotherhood? Definitely penis music. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to them. They
Yeah.
also like really leaned into like the psych rock thing, and so like they're always trying to make penis music,
Yeah.
but it always just kind of ends up sounding like grunge. But in essence, they are very penisy because they take a lot of influence from that. But
Hmm.
also, we're initially a 2-piece. What are some other 2-pieces? Big Business. You guys ever check out
Hella.
Hella.
I-
Oh,
I
Big
just said
Business.
Hella.
When I saw Big Business, they were a 3-piece.
They were 3-piece, but
Yeah.
usually they're just drum and bass.
Gotcha.
Andrew Jackson Jihad, when they were Andrew Jackson Jihad.
Yeah,
Was a
what
2-piece.
other? They're AJJ.
Now they're just AJJ.
Yeah, yeah. But they're even at the entire time they were fucking penis music. You know. But anyway,
That first record, especially.
let's launch ourselves back into the 90s, back into fucking
Tell us
the Typo Negative conversation.
Talk to us a little bit about Typo
Yeah.
and your affinity for them.
Well,
Actually, before you get into that, I'm gonna go on record and say that I am a humongous Typo fan. I am in a band that rips off Typo Negative all the time. So anything that I say is positive and purely commentary. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, go on.
I love Typo, but basically my thing with Typo and penis music is, I was pretty much like I was saying, I was pretty narrow-minded with a lot of my musical taste for a long time, where it was like kind of punk or like ska and reggae or like fucking death metal or like the most extreme shit possible,
Penis music.
Penis music. Well, okay, but the melodic music kind of turned me off a lot. Ska was sort of the only, like, I liked some melodic death metal, Black Dahlia Murder, shit like that, but I mostly liked really brutal, fucked up shit. But I seen a Typo. I saw the I Don't Want to Be Me video when I was like pretty young, I think it was on either MTV or Fuse, and I fucking wrote that band off it. Because it was while I was like, if a band has singing, I don't fuck with that shit. I'm not down. I just want guttural, brutal shit all the time. And then I was in a band with somebody else who hated Typo. So I just like was validated in this false idea for years.
Yeah.
Without ever giving it another chance. And then I was fucking listening. Jack started listening to them, and we have pretty telepathic taste a lot of the time. So it's one of those things where I'm like, he's fucking with this shit. Like, oh, you know what it was? Is we saw Paul Bearer together. And he like checked them out and was like, yo, this band's fucking sick. And they have that cover of Love You to Death.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he found that song and then was like, yo, you gotta listen to this fucking Typo Negative song.
Yeah,
like, I know you like say you hate them, but you gotta check this out. I fucking listened to it. It blew my mind. And then like for the next couple years after that, I was just in a constant Typo like hole, and still like one of my favorite bands in the world.
Didn't bleed into other Peter Steele projects?
No, not really.
No,
not really. I mean, like I like Carnivore, but like kind of don't care. The songs are kind of too long for me, and like, which is hilarious because
that's how I feel about Typo.
Right. But so it's the dynamic, melodic aspect of Typo that keeps me in for a whole song, because it's a song with multiple hooks in multiple different like movements. It's so penis. It's so theatrical.
Yeah.
It's like each album's like watching a play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It pulls you into
a weird ass play.
It's a weird play, but that's what it is. It's like it's scenes, it's movements.
Yeah.
It's like it brings you through this whole entire experience, and they're all so conceptual, and like even though they're like a joke, a lot of it is like jokes and just like being fucking assholes.
I don't know if you guys have listened to Origin of Feces at all. That's a fake, it's a fake live album.
Right.
And that's
hilarious.
And they're acting like everybody fucking hates it. It's fucking that's my favorite Typo record, and that's like that's just like to fake a live album. I think it's like contractually because they needed one, and just making it like the most piece of shit thing ever is like that's.
They called it the Origin of the Feces.
Yeah. You know? It's like, and like all the songs are literally about him killing his girlfriend and shit. So it's like that's about as penisy as it gets. You know?
Yeah, and that shit is cool. There's a lot more hardcore on that album. That one and Slow, Deep, and Hard is a lot of the same songs.
Yeah.
And that shit is cool, but then it's like, dude, on like the big ones, you know what I mean? On fucking Bloody Kisses and October Rust, that is like pure penis. And it's hilarious too, because October Rust was supposed to be an album full of radio hits. Yeah. That was the like what they went for, and that's what they created. It's like prank on the world.
But you know what it is too, is it's like you wouldn't think that Peter Steele could write a really good song, like a really good like pop song, but he's like so good at it. And I almost feel like that in itself is a fucking penisy concept.
Well, he's so good at it, and he's so unwilling to was so unwilling to just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, here's this dude with like the most like catchy hooks on earth in his mind, the most like pleasing melodies like ever in his mind, just at the tip of his fingers at all times. And he just can't write a song that's less than like 7 minutes long.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know the lore about Cause for Alarm, but apparently he's like a ghostwriter on Cause for Alarm. I think was it Public Assistance?
Yeah. That's one of those controversial things.
Yeah. Which it would make sense because the song itself is very controversial and also,
lyrics are like fucked up.
Yeah, and also it sounds like what Carnivore also kind of sounded like, just like that.
Yeah,
like
so
sick
he
thrashing.
ghostwrote lyrics.
No,
I think he just wrote the song.
Yeah, like the song.
He wrote Public Assistance.
I'm pretty sure.
Really?
It might be.
I think
it might have just been the lyrics.
I
but
think
I'm pretty
he's
sure he
credited
wrote it.
on Cause for Alarm.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's like an interesting thing about Peter Steele, right? Is he's like pretty OG New York hardcore guy who just was like this mad rock and roll scientist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
like wrote other music.
Yeah.
So, and I'll definitely also I'll jump on, or I'll piggyback off of them being Penis music because he could do or say whatever he wanted because he could literally murder people with his bare hands. Songs like I Like Goils, I don't know if it's like that was put out on a major label,
Insane.
And it's all just like crazy homophobic lyrics and stuff.
He says the most fucked up shit all the time. And let me, for the record, that's not a thing that attracts me to the band.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like, when it comes to my sense of humor, it's something that I personally am able to take in the right spirit. But also, I have a really easy time like hating a person and loving the art that they create.
For sure.
So like a lot of people can't get into that, but like there's people even in my life who I hate for very personal reasons, still gonna buy their record because their band's awesome.
Yeah,
you know what I
for
mean?
Sure. I definitely toy with that a lot of the time because I'm like, there's like bands that I have been friends with or like I've played in the same circles as, and I'm like, and I like listen to their music. I'm like, this is so fucking good, but that person is such a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I toy with it. But like when I listen to the song, I'm like, that's great. And it's almost like I'm jealous because I'm like, damn, I wish I fucking wrote that. It's fucking pisses me off. But anyway,
there's that song, We Hate Everyone.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Bloody Kisses, and I think that like anyone who's kind of like thinking that they're not joking, typo negative, with a lot of that shit should really just like take whatever like 20 minutes out of their day and listen to that one song. Just to realize like how much of a joke it was the whole time.
Yeah.
And okay, Tenacious D.
Sure.
Right?
Oh, God.
Just earlier today, we were having a conversation about how Tenacious D is this sort of perfect band because they're catchy, proficient, and funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Where I think it was the same thing. They just didn't have a show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing about typo negative too, especially about like, I have a funny story. I knew somebody that bought World Coming Down.
Yeah.
And I think the first track on that is Bad Ground, where it's just like that fucking, is that, I think that is World Coming Down.
The Bad Ground.
Or is that's not, that might be like.
I think it's Skip It on that one. Every album has like the noise track at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone I know, I'm looking it up now as I speak, thought that the CD was fucked up and they just didn't hit like the next track button and just threw it out.
That's
They're
hilarious.
like, fuck this fucking band.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the album art.
Well, in that song, We Hate Everyone, he says shit like fucking TV interviews just make us famous, like
yeah.
he says all this shit about like people making all these accusations against them and how it's just making them more popular and how they think it's funny.
Yeah. Bad Ground was October. Skip It was World Coming Down.
Right.
Also, there was the interviews with Peter Steele just where I think it was Headbangers Ball, where they tell him like, oh, like people think that your lyrics are chauvinistic or whatever, and he goes, no, they're not. I hate one woman, not all of them. So, like, and he was just willing to say that on fucking like live or just like TV and like on the air. So yeah, I definitely believe that I'm convinced that they are penis music.
I think they're penis.
If I look at it objectively, for sure, penis music.
Yeah, penis.
If you can't,
Did you guys ever play the penis game when you were kids?
Oh
Like
my
where
God.
one person says it quiet and then you say it louder until you're both screaming penis in the middle of the street.
I would just scream it.
Dude,
just start it off.
Dude,
Yeah.
penis.
I'm winning that game.
Yeah, penis game. That's like pinnacle of being random as a kid.
Yeah,
just being
random as
you go
hell.
from being random to being obnoxious.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole era of metal is very penis. Like Rollins band around around the same thing.
Rollins is a
super
huge penis.
super penis music. You know, I mean, what else?
I mean, I love Rollins.
Oh,
band,
me too.
but man,
Yeah.
what a penis.
Oh my god, yeah, and because he found a penis band.
You know, I have to say, I think that like Black Flag kind of blows Rollins band out of the water as far as penis music goes.
Oh yeah,
so,
because that
you know what I mean?
speaks to that perfect trope of like when they're playing so much that they're comfortable on their instruments.
Yeah.
And they want to experiment, but they still kind of like they can't conceptualize like musical concepts yet, so they're just trying shit and seeing what sticks.
It's like first ever wave hardcore kids doing Captain Beefheart. That's what fucking Black Flag, like all the Rollins Black Flag is.
Yeah.
Well, what about Fugazi?
Oh my god.
I think that's the same exact
Penis.
thing.
Well, I mean, that's the same era of what I was talking about with like bands like Shudder to Think and like Beef Eater and all that shit, where it's like, yeah, like they wanted to do more and like they didn't know how to. I guess, like, I mean, Fugazi kind of like Ian MacKaye definitely does not know how to play guitar very well at all. Guy Picciotto probably knows a little better, but like, still,
I mean, they're getting melodic.
yeah. I mean, Repeater is a penis album for sure. I think 13 Songs is less penisy. It's a little more catchy, but I think fucking Repeater is definitely really penisy. What
I
other
think
songs?
even Minor Threat's penisy.
You think so?
I think Ian MacKaye is just like a penisy dude.
Embrace is pretty penisy.
You know?
I don't care about your money or whatever the fuck that song
Yeah.
is. That's a really penis ass thing.
Just the sound
You know, does it mean so much to you? You know?
yeah.
What's this?
I mean, what the fuck have you done? Look at my penis.
Yeah. What's the Guy Picciotto? Was it One Last Wish? That's what I was looking up. I always forget their name, but that was like, I don't know if that's before or after Rites of Spring, but it's kind of just like Rites of Spring, but like different. And it's fucking awesome. I don't know if you guys ever listened.
I don't know it.
It's
No.
I'll show you guys later. It's like really good shit. Like, I feel like it's all the good parts of Rites of Spring, but with like kind of more streamlined melody shit. There's one song, the big song has a really good ass like lick in it. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, but from the topic at hand, because yeah, definitely a lot of post hardcore. Or like post like the first hardcore movement had a lot of penis in it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking all the ABC
Flipper.
Yeah, like even all the ABC No Rio shit, like all like Burn is penis music.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
like
Yeah.
Quicksand is definitely penis music.
That post hardcore of the 90s.
Yeah, like drop. Well, that's the thing is like I feel like there's especially with that part, there's definitely a weird. It might just be Gooch Rock.
I think that's Gooch Rock.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie,
because
I
it's
think
pretty,
that
but it's all drop D playing like fucking metal.
Yeah,
riffs,
it's the
you know?
drop D.
Like Helmet is
butt.
Gooch Rock. Yeah,
You got the droney drop D note while you're doing these fucking like E standard punk, almost sort of new wavy melodies and shit. But then you're singing in your like mid range male voice.
yeah,
Very butt.
yeah, very butt. Also, like open 3/5 on drop D kind
Yeah,
of shit.
dog.
That's definitely butt rock, butt metal. But there is that like sort of like
Failure.
What was that?
Failure.
So failure. I feel like failure is penis music, but not the same kind of penis music. Where it's like
college penis.
Yeah, college penis. They were on so much heroin that they just did whatever they wanted and didn't get famous for like 25, 30 years after the fact.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you've ever seen those live failure videos from like when they were first like touring, and I guess they were sort of like semi big. Incredible. Like actually incredible. Like
ridiculously
straight
good.
like the record. And also Fantastic Planet is probably the most crisp like sounding record I've ever heard in my life.
Is Sunny Day penis music?
No, you know what? I think it's like
Some of that guitar I feel like is pretty penis.
I think
They
later
do use a
Sunny
lot
Day.
of I don't know if it's Ottawa or Phaser.
Yeah.
But on every Sunny Day lead ever, there's like some kind of modulation happening, like very subtly,
Yeah.
but it's there and you can hear it. And I think that's I
definitely.
think that's what makes a lot of their songs like really cool.
I don't think Diary is penis music, but I think everything else afterwards is
That's
penis
what
I think
yeah.
How It Feels is penis.
Yeah,
music.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that is something I've noticed before. Is like a lot of their leads do have like, you know, some element of modulation on them, which is something that I don't know if that was super commonplace in the 90s. I don't think it necessarily was for like emo.
I think it was just kind of their style, like their guitarist. Like I think it was just his thing. He was doing,
Yeah.
because it's like all over the place constantly. Whenever like shit's like cutting out and you hear the one guitar, it's like there's always that, and it might even just be like, I don't even know, like a little bit of fucking chorus or something, but it is always got that. Whoosh.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
auto-wah. It's either
Yeah,
auto-wah
probably.
or literally a wah, but I think it's auto-wah. Either that or a phaser. I don't know though.
While we're moving in this direction, what about Slint?
Yes.
I guess.
Any spoken word, anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Alright,
I
alright.
guess going back to like Embrace and my like the I guess sort of Revolution Summer Discord record stuff. Lungfish definitely also penis music for sure because it's just drony, loopy, saying spoken word shit. Whatever.
To me, that's almost music that's forgotten about its penis.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's forgotten about it, but it's out. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
But
so
it
it's-
forgot it's out.
It's the soul of a penis. Like
Kinda.
an
It's
astral projected
all of
penis.
those bands come from like post-hardcore.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Fugazi kind of like started like opened the floodgates for like penis in like
in the
alternative
underground.
rock.
Yeah.
Because
You
there's
know?
so many people that cite Fugazi. It's almost like a lot of 90s bands that were like on the radio, like bands like Live and stuff like that they'll cite like if they like punk and hardcore and stuff, they'll cite Fugazi and the Bad Brains, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because everybody liked the Bad Brains,
Yeah. Well, bad brains are penis.
for sure.
You know.
It's I think HR really is the one that makes it penisy because he's so unapologetically expressive and crazy.
But how about just fucking busting into reggae tracks?
Yeah,
Or
that's-
let's look at Eye Against Eye. You got fucking hard mosh into like fucking
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you go into like these fucking like lounge jazz guitar
Yeah.
tracks.
And a lot of people cite Bad Brains as an influence, but never do anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, who fucking can? You know what I mean?
yeah.
And anyone
The
who
fuck-
actually pulls it off tends to have some magic at their fingertips.
It was
you
like
know,
God was
Turnstile.
in the room, man.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking Bad Brains. No, but I think definitely Eye Against Eye was when they started to really show their fucking penis because
they're
like,
putting Vicodin into McDonald's. I gotta go.
Talking about your fucking penis, you better stop eating that fast food or it won't work no more.
No, but like take something like Sailing On, Rock for Light, which is different than Sailing On from the self-titled, where it's like, you don't want me anymore, so I just
Yeah.
walk around at that.
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
that whole fucking weird ass thing. Like that was
Well, the live show. So any band that like predates the social media like awareness of band, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And when you had to find out about a band by seeing them, and like so that we got to consider their performance aspect
yeah,
when we classify if they're penis.
yeah.
You know, so the Bad Brains, even before they were writing really penisy stuff, which, come on, the Pay to Come, Stay Close to Me,
Yeah.
fucking 45, like that is pure penis.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Pay to Come, bro.
Yeah.
It's like the fastest song that had ever been written on the planet at that time.
I think
you
Black Dots sonically is also fucking penisy because
Yeah.
the guitars sound like a tissue box guitar.
Definitely.
So they were
Yeah, yeah,
trying,
yeah.
they were working their way over there, and then
But then when they're playing shows, it's like HR's fucking back flipping and being all crazy
He's
and
doing
like
Elvis,
he's showing
you know.
his penis. Figuratively.
he's letting the penis flag fly.
PMA, penis
Yeah.
music attitude.
Well, that's the name of this episode. I hope you know. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, but I even things like I guess this,
And they got, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if HR does, he probably does, he doesn't know about, but I know they all got a fair amount of kids, you know what I mean?
yeah.
They know how to use their penis.
I was like, where are you going? But even things like Sacred Love, where he's like the experimentation of like they could have just waited till he got out, but no, he had to fucking.
No, dude.
He recorded on the phone, and it's
It
like a
was
legendary thing.
Yeah.
So that just goes to
Mission from
show.
God.
Yeah, that just goes to show that sometimes you have to follow your penis.
Yeah.
you know, into
Sure.
into fucking
Into prison.
Into the dark.
hardcore lore. You
Wherever
know?
it brings you in
Follow
prison.
you into the dark.
Yeah,
That's a penis song.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Death
a
Cab.
fucking. I don't fucking know about that song.
I don't know about that.
Catchy
fucking
jam,
song.
but
yeah.
you know, reflecting.
There's a tear in the fabric of your favorite
Yeah,
dress.
I'm not
I'm
familiar.
sneaking glances.
Is that's Death Cab?
Yeah,
for
it's
Judy?
Death Cab.
I feel like
Christ.
that's another facet of penis music that sort of trend. Like they slowly made their way into penis music because like you got bands like Me Without You and fucking Minus the Bear.
Oh
and, like,
yeah,
all that kind of
well,
that's all
Botch.
penis. Yeah,
Botch
Of
is
Montreal.
of Montreal. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Botch was penis core,
yeah, for sure.
right? And I think we could say Converge is penis core. And let me
don't
think
know.
of another one. Let me think of another one. That's
Dillinger.
Dillinger's
straight penis
Straight
core.
penis music. Yeah,
So of course,
Candiria.
Minus the Bear was gonna be penis. music.
Yeah, for sure.
Candiria are the Godfathers of penis.
yeah.
core.
Anytime you're going into a jazz part from in a metal song, you're a fucking penis, motherfucker.
So when I was 16, I started a band, and we were so penis. It was like all fucking breakdowns and jazz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flaming Tsunamis, definitely fucking penis. I don't know if you guys remember that band. That was ska metalcore.
Yeah, that's
Well-
that's penis.
I've talked to you before about the band Daily's Gone Wrong from Yonkers.
You sent that band to me and told me they were ska, and I was listening. I'm like, I haven't heard a single
They
ska
are ska.
part. It's just like emo
No, they're
with
ska.
metalcore.
They're
Where's the
ska.
ska?
Dude.
I didn't even hear a horn. I didn't hear a single upstroke.
There are no horns.
There's no
There are
upstroking.
upstrokes.
I didn't even hear a bass walk.
Dude.
I was like, what's up with this? This is just emo.
Was the song like was the song like Pizza Launch into Space or
Where is it?
This is okay.
And then fucking.
okay?
Yeah.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
liked these parts more than the quote unquote ska parts.
This is like band practice core. You know, like when
Yeah.
you play a
Yeah.
breakdown of band practice as a joke. You know,
yes.
I like that band.
Accurate. No, I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was like, this is not qualifying as a ska band.
you were misled.
Penis-y.
Sorry you didn't hear the
Penis-y
get it up,
for
the
sure.
fucking Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I said get it up.
Get it up.
Yeah, get it up,
Get it up.
That's the
That's
penis
penis
version.
shit.
get it up, get it up, get it up.
Yeah, I think this is
Giddy
the
up,
most
giddy
we've
up.
said penis. I think this is the most we've said penis on this podcast. So
Yeah,
far.
well, there's 4 in the room right now.
yeah, that's true. That's
That's
true.
too many.
Do you guys
Too
ever
many.
see the episode of South Park when they say shit, when they don't censor shit? And there's the counter in the corner the whole time where they count the amount of times they say shit in
No,
the episode.
I've never seen that.
And I
no.
think it gets up to like 300 or something insane. And when it happens, a giant like dragon comes from another dimension and starts like slaying people because curse words are curses. But anyways, funny episode. There's a counter of how many times they say shit. You should count how many times we say penis in this episode.
yeah.
Afterwards,
I will not do
post.
You're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot of time being on the road. You know, you might as well give
Yeah.
you something to do, dude.
that. Fine. Whatever.
Because you won't have anything to do. On
Yeah,
that tour. You
yeah.
won't be busy.
so much time to kill.
Yeah, you're
You're just gonna be chilling.
You're gonna be eating fucking Haribo gummy snacks. You're gonna be eating gas station food.
Doing stage dives.
doing stage dives. You're
High
gonna be eating
fives.
high
finger
fives
pointing.
and stage dives, man.
yeah.
You're gonna be fucking telling them to turn down the AC. You're gonna be fucking. Just count how many times we say penis, dude.
Yeah.
What else you do on tour? What else does a lazy
How
piece
much
of shit
do
do
we
on tour?
really ask of you?
Yeah, dude.
This is Cherry's pod now.
Yeah.
Cherry's on.
He's
Cherry's on
hijacked
for
it.
good.
I just mean as friends, but yeah, I run this shit. now,
You owe
guys.
this. You owe me this. You owe this to me. You
Hell
owe
yeah.
this to me. I'm me. You owe this
If you
to
say
me.
it enough times. That honestly, I was hoping because I'm always afraid, like I'm like pushing the boundaries too much, like when I ask you to do dumb shit like this podcast. So when you said I'm gonna play, or you started playing farts at practice, I'm like, you have to do that at the
Yeah.
show because I want like John the movie to just be like I want you to smoke cigarettes and like eat food and shit like, while we're on stage.
Well, I walk the line because I know that John the movie is a serious project for you, but at the same time,
But like look at me. I'm like the least serious.
Yeah,
I'm like
what-
the least serious, most serious person on earth.
What makes a serious project serious for a man like this?
I mean, I'm wearing a KFC uniform.
It's
Well,
like to do it
I was like,
serious,
all right,
you
the
gotta,
farts
you
are
gotta
coming out.
embody the
Well,
bit
because
that
I don't
he
want to.
envisions.
I don't want to play farts and then fuck up, and then I just look like an asshole. You know.
Well, no.
I think I played
I don't
everything
think
right
you
though.
can really fuck up playing the farts.
Yeah.
No, not fuck up the farts.
I was gonna say, what do you-
my fucking keep my parts.
Oh, right.
Fuck
right,
up
right.
the farts. Fuck
So
up
you
my
fuck up
parts.
your parts and then you do the farts. It's
In-
kind of like a
yeah, it's to
disrespectful
compensate. Yes.
behavior. I
Yes.
understand. where
Well,
you're
and I
coming
guess
from.
I guess that's
thoughtful of you.
more of like I want the humor to be like pristine, and then I want the band to be pristine as well. That's like there's such a
Right.
great contrast. But
Dude, this is the whole theme of today. We've talked about this multiple times now today, and now it's on the vision board.
yeah, for sure. But if you were to do the farts and then fuck up, I think that would be even funnier, and I think it would just play up like your, I guess, character in the band where you're just like walking to go take a piss during the songs you're not
Yeah.
playing and stuff. But
It does.
That was amazing.
yeah.
That really happened.
Yeah,
It
it
did.
did. But do you know what? Do you know what? What's it called? I think a good theme we could carry into next is embracing, like finally realizing and embracing your inner just fucking penis.
Love of
You
penis.
know, because like I feel like for me, like I really threw myself into penisdom like during the pandemic, where like I started listening to a lot of bands I used to listen to when I was younger, and I kind of just realized I'm like, well, I am a hardcore kid at heart. Like I feel like my ethics lie in hardcore, but I am such a fucking idiot that I don't align with any of this stuff, and it's because I operate so freely just as a person in my sense of humor, and that like liberated me, and that's when I'm like, I'm gonna write a 10-minute song.
Well, that's
you know?
what hardcore's all about.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
Not
feel like
anymore.
I think
What's
that
it about
it's
now?
I don't know,
I
fucking
think that
clothes.
other way around. In my vision, maybe clothes. A lot of clothes. But
Yeah.
if you're a kid that's
You're
like,
wearing the Fred Perry right
Yeah, dude.
yo, I finally
That's
got some
dope.
nice clothes for the first time in my life. Don't fucking put me down. All right, I've been fucking.
No,
I
they
wear
look great.
my work clothes are all my clothes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you just got you got
Um,
drips and like just like me, like paint, you know. all
Yeah,
kinds
oh
of
my
shit.
god, all my clothes are fucking destroyed. I said I gotta get a few nice pieces of clothes that I can wear when I'm not working, so when I'm out in the world, I don't look like homeless.
A fucking scumbalone.
Yeah, a piece of shit. What were we talking about?
Embracing
Hardcore.
being
We
a
were talking
penis.
about.
Oh,
the
we're talking about
hardcore.
hardcore.
We were talking
Right,
about
right,
the PMA.
You're talking about the PMA for life, man, day to day. But no, I was gonna say, so like it's cool now. Hardcore is this thing where like it's all these different genres. It's more of a community than a sound, right?
Yeah.
But there definitely have been times where like it's super fucking homogenized and conformist, really, which is
Yeah.
like a weird sort of like cognitive dissonance as a fucking hardcore kid when you're in this thing to be able to break out of a matrix and just throw yourself into a fucking different one.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
exactly.
weird. So I totally know where you're coming from with
Mhm.
that. Yeah, but now I feel like it's different. I don't think it's like that anymore. I think a lot of kids maybe are into it for fashion,
Yeah,
which is maybe fine to an extent because it's creating a situation where like hardcore bands can actually make a tiny bit of money.
Yeah.
Sometimes not across the board, but sometimes a little bit.
well,
More than in the past.
I always
'Cause
I
there's just great numbers.
when I talk to people about, I have this conversation, I kind of talk about how hardcore is sort of now it's sort of in that phase again, like just like punk became college rock. You know, it's sort of, it is just the underground, it's the alternative. There's a lot of hardcore bands that, but there's a lot of mixed bills where people can kind of just show up with what they have and do what they do, and people will just sort of accept it. And in a lot of ways it is great, but then in other ways it is sort of just a different thing than it was, you know, it's in a different phase, I should say, than it was, at least
it would
when I
suck
started
if
going.
it stayed the same forever.
That is true,
That would be
too, you know?
shitty. Yeah.
I think it's gonna become a thing where, like, you know how, like we were talking about earlier in the '90s, like metal was one of the zeitgeists.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there's always been the narrative of like, oh, if you want to make money in hardcore, you have to become a metal band.
right.
I think it's going to get to the point where like hardcore bands are just that big.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they,
I think
and they
you're
can
right.
still sound like that, you know?
Well, it's sort of the thing of like that people say now. It's like if you want to play shows to people, you play hardcore shows.
Yeah.
You know.
Right, yeah, it's sort of strange it's getting to that point. Or I mean, you know, I think that there's other genres like in pop and rap and shit and country and all that kind of stuff where it's like a hardcore, the biggest hardcore festival is 1/10 of the size of any given night of like a country celebrity
Yeah.
tour. You know what I mean? They might have like 100,000.
What do you think the country like underground is like?
Does it exist?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
It wasn't. We were doing it for ourselves, you know. We just found VFWs
on the farm.
Yeah, you know. Didn't matter what you looked like or where you came from.
truck, and I
Yeah.
opened up the hatch, and I went in there, and I played my songs.
They're
I
probably
like-
playing like county fairs. Yo, you know what that really probably is in reality is like tiny little blues bars in New Orleans, Memphis, that you know, Nashville. There's probably little fucking dive bars that dudes
Paramount
go
has
up and
country shows.
get in there.
too.
They're all sold out every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
Long
I'm
Island
saying.
is
There's,
just.
like what underground? It's
Yeah.
pop. You know.
I was looking at Luke Bryan and I said I could do that, and he said, "Get up here, kid!" And he handed me his guitar and whatever else.
Yeah.
The country underground's just a fucking dude sitting on his fucking porch in his rocking chair playing his fucking
Yeah.
acoustic
And it-
guitar, singing into the squirrels.
And the rest of the
whatever.
neighborhood's at the porch, just like finger pointing.
Yeah. The rest of the neighborhood is just like another dude in a lawn chair drinking a beer by like a fucking barbecue grill.
yeah. It's like, yeah, this is the scene. This is a healthy.
I think the
scene.
neighborhood
This is it,
isn't
man.
drink. I feel like the majority of people who listen to country don't actually like live in the country.
Not
I feel
at
like
all.
people that actually live on farms aren't listening to fucking, you know, Toby Keith.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
I also
I think that a lot of the people listening to that shit are like white guys from here.
I
Yeah.
think
You
it's
know?
I think it's mostly white college girls that
Yeah.
listen to country. I think
Yeah.
that's like like around the country, around America. I think that the primary candidates for who's listening to this country pop music is like white girls in like fucking whatever
on Long Island.
college on Long Island,
Yeah.
in North Carolina, in Texas, in fucking
Um,
wherever.
as from the perspective of someone who has been to a SUNY school in the past 5 years, I did not hear a single lick of
Are you
country.
talking about Purchase?
Yeah,
Dude. Come
that
on.
is a given though.
A totally anecdotal like
but
doesn't
there were
count,
but there
'cause
were
that's,
like we
the
lived in a
artsiest
building with like a
fucking
bunch of
place.
sports kids.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and like what were they like listening to? Like they would have parties.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're probably listening to like
They would
rap.
just listen to Lil Uzi or you know
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
was like on fucking
Purchase is literally South Harmon Institute of Technology from Accepted. It's exactly. You guys ever seen that
Yeah,
movie?
yeah,
Where you
yeah,
just
totally.
you just make up a
The
thing,
fake
a
college.
major. You know, it's
Yeah.
just, literally that's it. Like I remember like the couple times I played this dude. I'm just like,
Yeah.
this place is not fucking real. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
It is kind of
I played this
anomaly.
dude a few times. That place was pretty sick. I
It was
liked
cool.
going to shows there.
It
Yeah.
used
I liked partying there too, honestly. I had some crazy
yeah.
nights at Purchase.
We were kind of there on like the downturn, like when it started to get bad.
Yeah.
They stopped doing hardcore shows there because Code Orange Kids and Full of Hell played on their split tour, and
You're
was dope.
dating that
well,
fucking
I'm saying
timeline
on their
there.
split tour
Yeah.
they were still Code Orange Kids.
Yeah, yeah.
And they threw a mic stand into the crowd and broke a girl's nose or something.
that's
So they
awesome.
stopped doing hardcore shows there, and then they ripped down the skate park. There used to be a skate park in there. They ripped all that shit.
You know
down.
what's mad funny about that? I was at that show and I don't think that actually happened, but a kid's nose did get broken. No mic stand got thrown or anything, but a kid did just get punched in the face and got his
Really?
nose broken. I watched it happen.
Okay, so
So it was probably just them fucking freaking out, just blowing
Did you
things
play
out
that
of
show?
proportion. No. I was just there.
you just went.
Just was there, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
What do you mean?
How'd you get on campus? You just went?
I went to the show. It was like a hardcore show. Like, oh, what, at Purchase?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally did.
But that just
Yeah.
that just
I mean,
proves.
I don't know. Maybe,
Well,
maybe
my-
not 'cause when
you know-
I went, you had to show ID, like, or you had to have like a guest pass.
Well, I went and met up with. I mean, there was a bunch of motherfuckers that didn't go there. at
yeah,
that
maybe it
show.
was different.
But
Alright.
that's-
You know who did play though? if I'm not mistaken, it was Major Potential, which was like this fucking punk band that Donnie from Mind Force was in.
Oh, really?
And I met up with him as soon as I got there.
It's a positive ass name for a band.
Major Potential. Yeah. They were like a crust punk band with like breakdowns.
But
They were
that's
pretty
so
sweet.
telling.
You're going far.
That's like so telling of
Your
Terry's
future is
personality,
bright.
though, is that you could just walk anywhere with confidence and just stay there and no one will bother you.
I never,
You know.
when I was young, I never thought about that shit. And this is not a thing I'm proud of, but there's like been a lot of shows that I just didn't even like pay for because I just kind of was too comfortable like in the space already because I
Yeah.
was there so often that I just like walk in at like the pizza place or the loft or whatever like local venues in the
And
Hudson
just
Valley.
ignore the door person.
Yeah.
Or I just come in a different door because I saw
So you
somebody
snuck
on the
in.
way in. I mean, I wasn't hiding. Never hid.
That's good.
And I'd go out of my way to pay, like, if I realized. But it was like a thing where just in my mind, it was like I just fucking. It's
You
not
just
like I
go.
said. It's not a thing I'm proud of. It's just like a habit I did get into at
Yeah.
a certain point where I would just walk into shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
You weren't a cognitive cool guy.
No, I was just an idiot, basically.
Terry is walking to the show. He walks through a construction site. The wrecking ball goes behind him.
No, it's
He's
right,
on-
exactly.
He's on the fucking
My
steel
car's
beam
on
in the
fire.
air.
I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking.
10 birds
Just
shit on you.
walking, Yeah.
There's
you know?
like I'm walking by the dumpster. Some mafia guys like throw a body
Yeah.
into
you,
it.
You walk in the steel beam that gets lifted up, and then it just connects to another one, and you just.
This is
walking.
the story
Yeah.
of my life.
Yeah.
You get stabbed 3 times.
You know, that has.
You get 200 stab wounds. I love how silent that guy. You guys are like, fuck you. But I had actually
dead.
some really really good experiences at the Stewed.
I like this dude.
It was Fiddlehead's first out of state show we played, and that was awesome.
Are you sure it wasn't their first show in general?
No, because I think they played a couple shows in Boston, but it was like far and few between. It was when they had the demo out or the EP out. But also the thought that popped in my head that I feel like I have to express before we talk about anything else is SUNY Purchase is Penis College. SUNY Penis.
So
True.
when I went there,
Penis shock.
I have a memory of there being it snowed out, and we have a video of this, and there was a giant, like someone molded a giant penis
Dude,
out of snow.
it just manifested itself.
Yeah.
It was the penis in the snow, in the ground, in the energy of the land.
That sounds like a penis in the ground, in the snow, in the ground, in the tree, in the hole in the- yeah.
Cats in the Cradle, Silver Spoon. Now, with all this in mind, is there any project you've ever done, or do you feel there's any projects you do currently that are
Is Age of Apocalypse penis
Is it
music?
penis
Every
music?
band I've ever been in has been penis
Because
music.
you've
I
told
think.
me some fucking insane, awesome, cool, like spiritual shit that I feel like in the most endearing way is also a penisy concept. Like was it Valley of the Mystic? That
Dude.
whole story. Do you want to tell that on the podcast? Do you want to go on record, or do you feel that it's bad juju?
I don't know if it's bad juju, but I think that I think I gotta keep that story. If you find me in person and want to hear that story, I'll tell it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
After we're done recording, you're gonna tell us that story.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, it's a penis band.
Yeah.
It sucks to say that to an extent because I don't want it to sound like I'm like insulting any of the concepts on any of the songs, because first of all, I write a lot of the more like political and spiritual conceptual songs, but you know, a lot of it's about Dylan dealing with pretty heavy grief of losing his father.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't want to like minimize that. But if the qualifications for penis music are experimental, conceptual, theatrical, I mean, we're penis.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all
And
day.
I think
And there was another band that I mentioned before that me, Jack, and Dylan, same situation, we played guitar, he sang, had. That was pure penis music.
Yeah.
We've always done penis music.
Yeah.
We just didn't know until today, I guess.
So I think is like Savvy Garrett, I think is a pretty penisy concept.
Oh man, that's his penis.
Yeah.
It's like-
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like penis. It's not an insult, you know. Unless people take it as an insult. But I think that like I definitely would say that AOA is penis music because you guys are certified weirdos. you know,
Yeah.
and like, and you guys just, and I feel like that could be said for a lot of people in the Hudson Valley, but in the best way, where they're artists and they're just dudes from the mountains.
We make very artsy.
Yeah, and
core.
I've always loved the Hudson Valley for that, and like you got like Hudson Valley people just always show up no matter what. Like I feel like every Hudson Valley band I've ever seen has had at least 5 dudes just going insane for them, and it's like no matter where you are, they come out of the fucking ground half the time and just start going nuts.
The area makes lifers. I mean, you're just sort of born like fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah, man. You're like you're in the mountains, in the woods.
Yeah, there's not much to do. Also, it's a thing where like we don't have many local shows.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, this is the video of the penis.
Oh my
oh,
god!
look at that penis
I
go
kicked-
down.
Kick the penis.
You gotta get the white balance. We gotta focus.
Yeah,
that shit.
that's not. You're not gonna see that. Well, there it is. Just
Maybe I can edit it. You guys can send me the video. I can
It's a
edit
big
it.
snow
That would-
penis and a guy kicking it, and it breaks in half.
Yeah.
I forget what we're talking about.
We were talking about Hudson Valley.
Oh yeah, Hudson Valley. Right, we don't have a lot of shows because of gentrification and hipsters and
New Paltz.
it's New Paltz, but it's Beacon and it's Kingston and
Beacon is the nicest city in the Hudson Valley.
But Beacon was a fucking shithole not that long ago.
Yeah.
And it was a ghost town in a lot of ways, and Kingston was the same deal. It was basically a fucking ghost town that like the kids ran the streets, and there was a lot of shows all the time because it was like none of the business owners didn't give a shit about anything, and the churches, whatever. It was like everyone was sort of open to us, but now with all these new people coming
Things
in,
done
and all-
changed.
Things done changed. Everything's a lot more expensive now, or they're not interested in having loud guitar music.
Shout out
Yeah.
Quinn's.
In their space. Quinn's will still kind of fuck around, but you can't really do like a serious hardcore show there because it's
Apparently,
like,
there was a black metal show there last night.
my black metal band from a few years ago played there one time, but it's like when a black metal band plays there, it's everyone stands with their arms crossed. There's no
Yeah.
pitting. There's not even like
Yeah.
head banging. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But that's sort of the vibe. So I think that when the Hudson Valley bands that are kind of doing good or like their shows are good, and these kids who never get to fucking see their local bands locally,
Yeah.
like they're like, oh, they're playing this fucking show with all these other bands. It's like they're so psyched, and it's like so cool. And just,
Coolest hardcore show
They
I've
go.
ever been to in my life was in Beacon. It was
what show was that?
The Shaw Benefit.
Oh, that show was awesome.
Coolest
super
hardcore
fun.
show I've
We
ever
covered Typo Negative at that show.
been to. Yeah.
Penis music.
One of probably one of the cool shows that I played was that when TOS played that. It was like
The Platform.
Yeah, the platform.
Yeah.
That place was awesome. I remember walking in like, this is gonna be a fucking sick show. I think what was that? That was TOS, Combust, Illusion, Queensway, Mind Force. I might be missing one.
I almost want to say Slave State. Did they play that?
No,
Or
I
no,
don't
that
think
was a
so.
different show at the
Different-
platform.
Yeah, but there was only a couple shows at the platform, right? Yeah.
Not. I mean, there were a decent amount over a short period of time, but there were like 2 or 3 sort of big ones.
Yeah.
The rest were like pretty shot, like local mixed sort of bills that just didn't draw the same.
Yeah. What was that? What was that one show? That was Albany. Albany. I think that wasn't. Albany's. That's upstate technically.
That's pretty local for me still. I mean, it's an hour drive, but it's like it doesn't even feel like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like how often you go up there.
Yeah, because
you know
you're
what I
also
mean?
just driving the entire time. You know, you're not like sitting in traffic.
It's just
or-
a straight
yeah.
shot, 87, straight up, fucking boom, you're
Yeah.
there. And any show that's gonna happen in Albany is like gonna be at fucking like Empire Underground now, probably. It used to be like the Fuse Box,
Yeah.
and either one of those is like right off the fucking highway.
Yeah, well, that's. I was gonna bring up you and Jack rolled to that one show. Rule 'Em All played.
Oh,
where
yeah,
it was
for
a
sure.
Rule 'Em All, Restraining Order, and Spell Runner.
Spell Runner.
There was
I think,
another
played,
band that
yeah.
got crusty punk band. I don't remember what the fuck they were called though.
Oh shit! I fucking forget the name of that band too, but the singer of that band used to date my sister,
Oh, okay.
Colin.
Yeah, fuck. What was the name of that band? It's pissing me
I
off.
never fucking remember the name
Yeah.
of them. I see them every once in a while. I'll go to a show in Albany. I see them play, and like,
They were
oh, there's
they,
fucking
they were
Colin.
pretty
What
cool,
band is this?
honestly. But it was like
They're good.
wet specimen.
Yes.
Was that it? Was that,
That
what it
sounds
was?
accurate.
Something like that. Some kind of moist thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Where are we at on time? My ass is
I mean,
fucking
we're
numb.
there. We're at an hour and 18.
Nice.
Hour 19 actually. I mean, I don't know. How long do you want to go?
I don't know.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You should edit this part out. This part sucks.
No, this good for radio.
So
Okay.
this-
People
yeah.
like this?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
people like the human element, the human aspect.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They feel like they're in
That's
the
the thing
room
about a
with you.
penis pod is that we need to punish people.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, we've already barraged them with the amount of times we've said penis. We got into some regional lore.
Little regional lore.
Now we're deciding where to go next.
Do you think do you think there are any cities in the Hudson Valley that are still like true to form, pure, untouched,
Like non-gentrified.
yeah, not they haven't been encroached upon yet.
So I think it's really hard to gentrify Poughkeepsie. They're like sort of building these like new neighborhoods on like the outskirts of Poughkeepsie, which are like pretty hip and like they look like a weird little fucking town in like a beach community or something. And it's like fancy Italian restaurants, like, and a lot of the like really prominent, nice Italian places like Rossi's and Posto and these, they're like opening second locations in these like new little developments.
My
but-
other pizza place.
But it's not really doing shit to the like core of Poughkeepsie and Newburgh too. Newburgh
I was gonna say Newburgh is pretty fucking crazy still.
Newburgh, they're getting into it. They're like just starting. Like Newburgh's always had artsy sort of like restaurants for hipsters and shit, like the Warehouse and stuff. But they're starting to get into it because there's the Newburgh Brewery, and everyone knows a fucking brewery is like the tumor.
Yeah.
It's like the thing. You see the brewery pop up. It's like, oh
Game
shit,
over.
Yeah.
cancer's here.
That's order 66
It's
for
your
gentrification.
diagnosis.
You know?
Yeah. So the fucking brewery pops up in Newburgh a few years ago or whatever, and then you see it kind of changing. But still, it's like those two cities, which are really, to me, the core of the Hudson Valley is Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, and Kingston. It's like those three places are like you go there to experience like a Hudson Valley city. I don't know why that's something anyone would want to do. Our cities are shitty as fuck. They're like the worst New York cities.
I like Beacon,
but
in
I
terms of
wouldn't
like
even consider that part of like the core though. We're only thinking about it that way now because of the gentrification.
yeah.
But as far as like true like cultural,
So New
roots-
Paltz isn't in there either.
well, New Paltz is like right in between Kingston and Poughkeepsie.
It's the
You know?
Gooch.
So it's like, and it's not really a city. It's like a college. It's like a college town.
Yeah.
Right? Which I guess a lot of people know of the Hudson Valley because of New Paltz or because of Bard.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't really consider those like Red Hook and Tivoli. That's not like a Hudson Valley city.
Yeah.
It's like the woods
Yeah.
and like a little village.
Well, so Bard, that's like 15, 20 minutes out of Newburgh, right? Do I have that correct? Is that in Newburgh?
Bard's probably like a half hour from Newburgh.
Okay.
It's across the bridge from Newburgh. So like Kingston and Newburgh, same side of the bridge. Poughkeepsie and Rhinebeck, Rhinecliff, Red Hook, Tivoli, same side of the bridge. So Tivoli, Red Hook, Rhinebeck, Rhinecliff. It's like 4 towns in like a very small circle of.
Because I remember I played a show at Bard College, and Jay actually came through the show, and he said it was really close. And he's in? I don't want to actually shouldn't probably. I don't know if are we accidentally doxing him by saying his area?
I don't know. Beep it out. I guess. I think he's closer to like New Paltz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I thought the other thing, but that was a pretty penisy show.
Mm.
Show me the body in the fight.
Yeah.
Very penisy.
Well,
dude, I remember those shows.
Yeah.
On that
Because
tour.
Show Me the
Oh,
Body.
you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. And people thought that the fight were Show Me the Body.
yeah.
Hilarious.
There was a
Or
lot
maybe
of
not maybe not that night, but Kyle Fee was telling me that like at least for one of the shows on that tour, like the crusty punk kids that were coming to those shows, like didn't know what the bands were, and they just thought the fight were Show Me the Body, and they were moshing crazy hard. And at that show too, at AMH, like they moshed crazy hard.
Dude,
for the
that was
fight.
actually I forgot that was one of the craziest shows I've ever played. I've never seen like so many just like it looked like just
They
that
played
was some
Purchase
push
a lot.
pit. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
some next level push
that
pitting.
that's some noodling. That's like the noodle like bump into each other like this kind of
Yeah.
shit. And there was
They,
so much noodle going on.
That Show Me the Body tour played a venue in Kingston that's closed now called BSP.
Okay.
And a Hudson Valley penis band played that if you guys should maybe look into, called Openhead. You know, I kind of fucking hate one of the dudes in the band. Fuck you. But they're super dope. They're super fucking dope. Amazing band. Pure penis music. Played that Show Me the Body show.
Just saying fuck you out of nowhere. Like you know
We're
who the fuck
doing
you
beef
are.
on the pod now.
Listen, I just keeps it real.
Oh god.
Penis band, Hudson Valley, Openhead, very good music. Played that Show Me the Body show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly like Show Me the Body. I saw them I actually played with them with my old band in like 2014, and I walked in there and I didn't know who they were, and I'm like, that guy's playing a banjo. All these kids are going insane, and this is the worst smelling rib I've ever smelled in my life. And I was like, that was my memory of them. And then I got asked to be a part of that weekend that we did with them. And I was like, okay, no, I get it now. Like, they got beats, they got the fucking heavy thing. And it's like, well, we don't even need a guitar. We have a banjo
Yeah.
every so often, and a really good bass player and a drummer and the bass player can do the samples and shit.
Yeah.
Very penisy music. But after that tour, it's kind of one of those things of like, you know, I'm sure everybody's been through this where like you might be sort of a hater at the beginning of going on a tour with somebody because like you've heard X, Y, and Z, preconceived, and then you actually see it and see what it is, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I was a dick,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
I think
sure.
that's been probably 90% of the bands that I've toured with that I just enjoy after the tour.
I think that
Yeah.
happens to Show Me the Body a lot too.
Yeah,
I think that
Also
hardcore
very
kids
nice
have
guys,
like
too.
a weird sort of like complex about that band because of the banjo or whatever, and then like they just kill it. Like
Yeah, no,
every
they're
time
awesome.
they play
Yeah.
a show. Yeah.
like people will like honestly, if Julian got on the mic and said, go outside and murder the next person you see, those
Yeah.
kids would probably run out there and just
Right,
start
right.
killing people.
Because they have like a super cult.
Yeah.
Ass
The kid they
following, right?
bring around with him has a fucking the coffins tattooed on his forehead.
They're the only
Wild,
band
yeah.
I've seen play Purchase and like have a crazy reaction there and have a crazy reaction at a hardcore show.
Yeah,
Because like I've seen Fiddlehead. Fiddlehead played Culture Shock at Purchase one year to literally 10 kids, maybe 10 kids watched them.
Yeah.
You know, and then they'll play fucking Sound of Fury in front of fucking 5,000 kids. Show Me the Body. I've seen kill it at Purchase and kill it at hardcore shows.
yeah,
You know?
Yeah. Well, because they have a built-in
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah.
The mad kids roll to the shows with them, and I feel like they don't really. I mean, maybe they do. I might be totally off base with this, but I feel like they don't tend to travel very far from home base, and they don't like tour. And
They did. They've done West Coast stuff.
Show Me the Body.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know a lot about a lot of the shit they do, but I also have this thing where like if I don't see
I
bands
think they
post,
toured West Coast with Code Orange.
it was I
Right.
think it was actually was it Swans? Well, they did Code Orange, and I think they also did Swans or Daughters, and like with like Health or something. That was the West Coast
Yeah.
as well. Which are that's a whole different sect of penis music.
Yeah.
That I guess we could talk about, maybe do a deep dive, because I'm not like I feel like Daughters and Swans are both things that I should like, that I've just never taken the time, because I know I probably would like it, so I'm like, this is not going
It
anywhere.
takes-
I don't really
Uh,
like Daughters, but there's videos of Daughters where the singer's taking his penis out.
Okay, yeah,
If that, you know,
yeah,
It takes a grip of like dedication to like really delve into a band like that.
yeah, I gotta
You know?
I gotta definitely wet the
Especially
whistle a bit.
Swans.
Yeah,
Like you need like that's like almost like you know, having to like learning a new skill.
yeah,
You know, something
enjoying
like that.
swans.
Enjoy, yeah. You need to like open up different pathway, like neurological pathways in
Yeah.
your brain
Yeah.
to be able to like sit through a Swans record and get something out of it.
You need
That's
a-
a that's
you
a
need a
band I
prerequisite
haven't
course.
done that with, but fuck. What was the other band that you just mentioned?
Daughters.
Daughters. Yeah, I fucking. So I love As the Sun Sets, and I'm pretty sure that's like the same group of people, if I'm not mistaken. So like, As the Sun Sets, fucking amazing, insane grindcore. Daughters, it's kind of fucking whack, dude. I like that newer shit that's like way more experimental and like it's very penis-y, and I would love to say it's almost more penis than the older Daughters material, but honestly, I seen Daughters with the Dillinger Escape Plan at those like last Dillinger shows at Terminal 5. And all I could think is, man, they're just jerking their guitars off. Like, where's the riff? This is just neck stroking.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
a
like,
mosh
wah,
part
wah,
for
wah,
8
wah,
minutes.
wah,
Yeah.
wah. Like, constant just stroking the wood, man. Like, I'm like, where's the riff? They're just stroking the wood.
I wish I caught those last Dillinger shows because they did the Ironies of Dead Scene set, which is like
I didn't see that one, but Dimitri did come out to do.
That's
or
pretty
no,
sick.
that's
the
they
Mike-
did the
that's-
Mike Patton.
that's the Mike
I
Patton
didn't go to
set,
the
yeah.
Mike Patton one.
Yeah.
The one I saw Dimitri came out.
Didn't
Did a couple
Mr.
songs.
Bungle also reunite for those like one of those shows? Didn't think they also opened that show, or they just opened with the Ironies of Dead Scene set? I don't remember.
The one I went to was Code Orange, Daughters, and Dillinger, and that was.
Okay, yeah,
But there was 3 nights.
yeah.
And I just
I
went
know
to
one of
Terminal 5.
one of them had a Mike Patton something there, which we
A
could
Mike
also
Patton band.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did the Ironies of Dead Scene like just full set and then did Dillinger. But I feel like there was a night where they actually had Mr. Bungle like reunite for those shows.
You know, I gotta say, Irony is a Dead Scene's like least favorite Dillinger.
And
material.
this might be me just being just a contrarian, whatever. Not to you, but just in general. But like that's some of my favorite Dillinger material.
That's so funny.
Yeah, you know, like
Yeah, it's the least Dillinger.
yeah, for sure. But I'll if I'm in of the mind of like if Mike Patton called me and said go kill the next person, you say I would go kill.
Right,
him. I
that's
love
your
Mike Patton.
lord.
Yeah,
That's
you
your
know,
master.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, which we could definitely do a whole Mike Patton episode
Yeah.
if we really want. Which I would actually love to do.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do my homework on Ween, you got to do your homework on Mike Patton, dude.
All right, sure. Well, I like Dillinger.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you could name a single Ween song.
Ocean Man, dude.
Okay, thanks.
Well, you know,
You don't think
Mike
I saw the
Patton's
credits
got
from
a lot more
SpongeBob
than his
movie?
one Dillinger
yeah.
EP, too.
Yeah, Dillinger is
Dude,
where Mike Patton starts and ends.
The
for me.
fucking John Zorn record is it 6 Litanies of a Helioglobus, where it's just crazy jazz and him just going like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
Never heard that? Oh
No.
man! All right, well we're gonna do a penis. We're gonna do a fucking. I was gonna say we're gonna do a penis.
We're gonna do a
music
penis.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a
We're gonna
penis,
do a
music
penis
episode
music
eventually. But we're gonna do a Mike Patton deep dive.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. And
Word.
with that in mind, my ass is like, I think because we're talking so much about penis, my ass is losing feeling and
Yeah.
life force. So I feel like it's time for us to
Yeah.
bring this to a close.
Should we do a proper outro?
Yeah. Do you want to do any plugs of anything?
You want to beef any other people live on the fucking pod?
Nah, and it's cool because he knows.
yeah.
I don't know. We talked about Age of Apocalypse already. That's about all I got to fucking plug out here.
Go check out Grim Wisdom. It's on
Yeah.
top of the hardcore world right now. It's a great record.
It's in the hardcore world. We put out a record called Grim Wisdom on Closed Casket Activities. Go buy it. It's in the second press. Go buy it. Thanks.
It's a good time to say AOA, like legitimately for me, is one of the most boundary pushing, progressive, like actually doing something really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Bands in hardcore.
And
right now.
also
Thank
did
you,
it in in the way you're supposed to, where you guys just like fucking you just built it up like so organically and so because I was there for your first show. Like I remember that was at Shakers.
Yeah.
And like yeah, that was
with
It
Wolf
was at
Whistle.
Shakers
Wolf Whistle.
with Wolf
Yeah,
Whistle,
yeah.
and
Joey
Rule Them All was
introduced
supposed
us.
to
Joey
play.
introduced us. He was like, "Yo, Jerry, you should like meet like my friend Terry." And I was like, "Who the fuck is this weirdo?"
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. The same thing about you.
Well,
great.
Joe-
And
it's
now
funny.
you're like my fucking best friend.
Well, that like
funny.
that's crazy too because I remember you guys played that show and then I don't remember if Smile Comics followed me first. I don't remember how that like connected, but then we actually started talking at E Block at that the fixation, or it was a E Block show. I think no, it was that Combust show that happened there.
Oh,
And then,
I
but-
fucking remember. No, yeah, it was. Is E Block the basement?
The
in
basement
New Brunswick.
with was it that kid from Dusters? I forget his name.
Yeah. Nishad.
Nishad. Yeah.
That was right. That was the first time we actually like hung out. Was at that
Yeah.
show.
You were like,
And,
oh, I'm Smile Comics. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Holy
right,
shit,
because
what's
we
up?
had talked a little on Instagram or something. Like
Yeah. And
That
now
shit was
we're
great.
fucking boys, dude. Now
Yeah.
and we're
I'd say check out Smile Comics, but you won't find anything if you look me up. So just if you see me, maybe
Are
I'll
you guys
have a
allowed to
comic
talk about
on
your
me.
secret project?
I
yet?
say if be on
No.
be on the lookout for a
You're not allowed. I'm not allowed to talk about it yet.
this
This is coming out in like a month. I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
if that helps.
be on
I don't know then.
yeah if it's,
Maybe by then.
if it's not out by now, be on the lookout for the greatest